I challenge you to rebuke the spirit of slowfulness, which held so many of us back into 11. God you serve is far more powerful than that. He does exceedingly abundantly more than you ask or even think. But watch this, it's according to the power that works in you. So you got to learn how to access what's already been given you. I want you to get out of the habit of depending upon governments and organizations and others and put your trust in Him. Now, please understand, all of us need some help along the way from someone. But what tends to happen is when you start getting help from folk, if you're not careful, you become dependent on them. And you no longer make any efforts to do it with what God gave you with it. So that's why I'm going to press this year in 212. We're going to chase after the very best God has. Not only for us, but for those who are part of our families. And we're going to practice giving God the very best we have. Our praise, our worship, our studies. When you're on your job, you're going to be a person of excellence. I'm going to tell you something. Make it plain to you. No more going to work late. Amen. On time. And when you get there, how many of you hit the side of the head? No more riding the clock. Baby, if you ain't working, punch out. Don't be playing God, because you are the example of who He is. Do your share. Excellence. Dress like it. Walk like it. Look like it. Can I make it plain? Stop looking down on the ground when you're walking. Ain't nothing down there. You ain't found $1 down there yet. If you ever know some folks every time they walk, always looking down. It's not that bad. Hey. Look up. 212, our year of excellence. So I decided, in order to get you with me, we're going to have to do some things. The things we're going to have to do, the most important being finding out, what does God say about getting into this new year? Come on. So I want to open up an Old Testament and a New Testament reading, and this is probably going to be more teaching before preaching. All right. Amen. Because I do want you to shout, but I want you to know what you're shouting about. Don't shout because the song sounds good. Shout because you know what it means. Amen. Don't shout because he can play that bass and he can kick the drums and she can play the organ and the sax sound good on the blood still works if you don't know. You hear me now? Old Testament, Deuteronomy. Just going to open up a little bit. I'm going to give you Old Testament, New Testament. Deuteronomy 30. You're alright about the babies. They're going to be okay in a minute. They got to get tuned up so you won't go to sleep. The choir works so hard, they worked up a sweat. Amen. Y'all see them trying to lay down that line, the blood still works. still works. In the 30th chapter of the book of Deuteronomy, I want you to stand in the hearing, reading of his word. Deuteronomy 30, Deuteronomy is Old Testament now. It's about the 5th, 6th book going forward. 14th verse of the 30th chapter, the King James Version reads it like this: "But the word is very nigh unto thee, in thy mouth, and in thine heart, that thou mayest do it. See, I have set before thee this day, January 1st, 2012. This day," watch this, "life." And what else? Good. And what else? Death. And what? Evil. In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest what? Live and multiply. Not just live. And the Lord thy God shall what? Bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. You may have your seat.